Hey dog lovers, I'm Lisa the Holistic Groomer with more great ideas on how to get your dog to love having his teeth brushed while providing excellent nutrition at the same time. And no worries if you can't get into the dog's mouth yet, like people that have an older dog maybe who's never had his teeth brushed, or you just got a rescue and they're just, they just won't let you touch their mouths. You can add this right to their food. All right, you want to put it right on top. So you can start there. So I've already made a video on making a toothpaste by combining coconut oil with a prepared product like the dental powders, which I love. It's a bentonite clay algae probiotic based powder. So it's got everything in it, and perilla seed, and they usually have like a green tea. Every ingredient is good for oral health and has other health benefits. And I also showed you Wysong's Dentistry, which is a cheese-based enzymatic powder, which also does a great job. But I have been making my own dental paste for the grooming salon, long before the new one came out. Okay, so I'm going to share that with you. So the base of my recipe is coconut oil. And why? Because it's antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and antioxidant. It's beneficial for maintaining oral health, and studies have shown that it aids in the prevention of tooth decay. And best of all, dogs love the taste of it. I mean, when I have a dog in the grooming salon whose owners say, oh, he will not let me brush his teeth, I stick my finger in the coconut oil and let them sniff it and let them lick it, and then they're in love, and while they're loving the coconut oil, I get that toothbrush in there because they're already licking and enjoying the flavor of it, and then I just stick the toothbrush in there and brush away. All right, the next ingredient is calcium bentonite clay. Now, you may have already heard of Montmorillonite clay, which is pretty much the same thing, but it's from the Montmorillonite region of France. That's a tongue twister for my American mouth. And it's the Montmorillonite is green because it's got the dried algae in it from where it comes from, which is great. But I use a lot of calcium bentonite in the grooming salon to make clay masks for the skin, and the recipe I'm going to share with you can be used on the skin as well. All right. So what are the benefits of clay? Well, let me just mention too that there's also a sodium bentonite clay. You really want the calcium bentonite because the sodium bentonite clay is even more absorbent than the calcium, and it's mainly used for detoxifying the body internally rather than external healing of skin, and in this case we're making it for the teeth as well. All right, so you want calcium bentonite or Montmorillonite clay. All right, so the fact that it's so absorbent means that you can just mix it with water and you're going to get a paste. All right, and we're making toothpaste, right? So that's one of the benefits, but it's the fact that it is also polycationic in nature, meaning it attracts positive ions, positively charged particles, right? And most toxins are positively charged. So that makes it a wonderful detoxifier for the body. And the clays also contain trace minerals that are easily digestible for your dog. All right, so these clays have natural antibiotic properties, which are even effective against superbugs like MRSA. This makes them perfect additions to homemade toothpastes. All right, so they're also natural tooth polishers, polishing enamel without being abrasive. All right, so for a basic recipe, the most basic recipe that I was gonna say you can make right now because I know you have bentonite clay in the kitchen, right? All right, but if you have some clay laying around, you just want to mix 1 part clay to 2 parts water or coconut oil, and you'll have a toothpaste. If you just want to mix the bentonite clay with water and make a paste out of that, same proportions, 1 part clay to 2 parts either distilled or spring water, you'll you'll have a great healing skin paste that you can put on hot spots. All right. All right, so what else do I put in my tooth powder? So like I said, I start with the coconut oil and the bentonite clay, but then I add, this is elk antler powder. All right, so this is from Ridge Runner Antlers, a small company in Colorado that sells all kinds of deer and elk antlers, and they make a powder too. If you have one of those dogs who won't chew bones or hooves or antlers, or you're worried about broken teeth, which I have seen plenty of in my years in this business. And I even had a dog I used to groom that had to get a crown. Okay, so anyway, yeah, you can get the powdered form. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, it's full of calcium and, it's full of calcium and magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, and iron, which benefits the dog's bones, teeth, muscles, including the heart. Heart is muscle, right? And the nervous system. And it has some grit for teeth cleaning. But mostly the dogs love the taste of it, just like with bone meal. They just kind of know they're supposed to eat this stuff. It's why dogs chew bones, right? They love it. So, a lot of recipes online you see tell you to add coconut or mix coconut oil with beef bouillon or all this salted crappy stuff. And I'm like, just add some clay powder, which they love, and some antler powder, and there you go. Okay, you can also add probiotic powder, which I don't seem to have here, but you know what I'll do? I'm going to link or include a link in the description box for this company, right? For the antler powder, but I will also put the probiotic powder that I love in the description box, since I forgot to bring it down here. But the probiotic powder, the one that I use is called Protect. It's by 4 Leaf Rover, and it's a soil-based. I really like the soil-based probiotic powders. And it has other stuff in it. Actually, it has the bentonite clay in it. And what else does it have? It has something else in it. So it's kind of like, you can just use that to replace a few of these things. All right, so regarding oral health, probiotics are effective in reducing bacteria in the mouth and also minimize disruption of the gut biome, which leads to rapid progression of periodontal disease. I got that from a veterinary periodontal article. All right. Okay. So lastly, now we're up to coconut oil, bentonite clay, antler powder, right? I also add some breath freshening ingredients, all right? So I add parsley powder and mint powder. All right, so you can get both of these in powdered form. Like this one came in powdered form, right? This organic parsley, I just threw it in my coffee grinder. I have a coffee grinder I set aside for making eggshell calcium. So I only use it for that, and I used it to grind this up. All right, so why do we want to add these things? Well, let's see, what does parsley have? Parsley has breath freshening microbes and chlorophyll, as well as being a nutritional powerhouse with large amounts of vitamin K, as well as vitamin C, vitamin A, and iron. It's also got anti-inflammatory properties and lots of lovely antioxidants. All right, now that's the parsley. Okay, so mint is similar in its properties to parsley. It's also a breath freshener and an antioxidant. It also supplies various vitamins and minerals, and it's not only antibacterial, but it is antimicrobial and antifungal. Yeah, who knew, right? Like, all you have to do is go into your spice cabinet and you have all of these healing foods. All right, so my complete paste recipe is this. Go ahead and pause the video if you want to get a pen and pad to write this down. Okay, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. 1/4 cup of coconut oil, that's your base, okay? To that, I add 2 tablespoons of the bentonite clay. I add 1 tablespoon of the antler powder. I add a teaspoon of the Pretend It's Here probiotic powder. I add a teaspoon of parsley powder and a teaspoon of peppermint powder. All right, and I just mix them all up and I store them in, well, it's too far, I can't reach it. Store them in a little container. Oh, I want to mention too that if you don't have peppermint powder laying around, which I'm sure you probably don't, you might have peppermint essential oil in your house, and you can use that. All right, you can. Yes, they can ingest small amounts of this, or even better, do you have peppermint hydrosol laying around? I really prefer hydrosols to essential oils for my grooming products that I make anyway, but definitely if I was going to have the dogs eat it, ingest it. But you're only brushing the teeth with this, and you're only adding a very small amount. So if you don't have the mint powder, which is only a teaspoon in the recipe, right? You can add 3 or 4 drops of peppermint essential oil. Make sure it's pure essential oil. All right? Okay, also, if you don't have or don't want to invest in antler powder, you can just increase the clay, okay? So if you're not adding that tablespoon of antler powder, just add 3 tablespoons of clay instead of 2, okay? That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel, please, because it's a new channel and I am loading weekly videos, so you don't want to miss any of them. All right. For now, go play with your dog. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.